This is Riley Hodson here with Hodson Motors. Today we're going over our 1979 Dodge Ramcharger Cummins swap. This truck is really cool, but very, very rough. For those of you who don't know who we are, here at Hodson Motors, we build, buy, restore, and give away classic trucks through our website, hodsonmotors.com. This is going to be a future giveaway truck, and so we wanted to take this video to explain you the truck, show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And trust me, there's a lot of ugly, but there's also a lot of good. And go over this truck and show you, tell you our plan, show you what's gonna be done. And then when this truck is all done and made beautiful again, we're gonna give it away to somebody like you. So let's hop into it and kind of give you the rundown. So this truck came out of Utah, out of Salt Lake City, the Sandy area of Salt Lake City. I found this truck on Facebook. Really quickly in this video, I always like to kind of give you guys tips and tricks for getting into classics and doing stuff in your own home and in your own garage to help you save money. A lot of people are daunted by classics because it's you're not so sure where to get started and all that kind of stuff, and you don't want to get taken advantage of. And part of our purpose here on this channel is to kind of help you guys and show you that you can do a lot of this stuff from home. You can find good deals out there, and you don't always have to go to professional. There's a lot of stuff you can do yourself with, using YouTube as a good resource. So what I want to talk about today is a really good way of buying classic trucks, how to find a good deal, where are we finding such good deals on these trucks. Because if you get on eBay, everything's crazy expensive. Everyone thinks to look on eBay first, and I still look on eBay. I still find some stuff on eBay that's pretty good. But eBay and, Craigslist, that kind of stuff, sometimes can come up with nothing but duds. You don't find the good stuff, or if what you do find might be overpriced. So I want to talk to you about, a really good way of buying classics, and that's actually using Facebook groups. If there's a truck that you're interested in, get onto Facebook and become a member of every single group in that truck. We knew we wanted to do a Ramcharger, but I didn't want a 360 or a 318 power Ramcharger. I wanted a 12 valve swap Ramcharger. And so I'd been looking and I kept finding some clean, decently priced trucks, and I've got an extra 12 valve in the backyard that we could use, and it's kind of like, okay, maybe we'll buy something nice like that and we'll swap it ourselves. But I just kept looking and looking and looking. I figured there's got to be somebody out there who's already started the project, who's already wasted a ton of money into their project, who's trying to get out of there. And this is where the Facebook groups come in, is there's a lot of guys out there who are on these groups and are asking for help, but then eventually just kind of get tired of their projects and get rid of them to just their own group and post it just on the groups. And that was this truck's, it was a great example of that. So I knew I wanted a Ramcharger, so I got onto every single Ramcharger group and just every day checked those groups, and sure enough, up popped this 79 tin grill Ramcharger, which I really like. We'll talk about the tin grill later, but up popped this 79 Ramcharger. It was close. We're in Las Vegas, just up in Salt Lake City. Already has the 12 valve, already has the 5-speed manual, already had 1-ton axles, and it was a great price. Really, the truck was a shipping crate I call them shipping crates. Stole that term from our friend Kyle Delfell. But called a shipping crate because, you're basically just buying the Cummins, the 5-speed, and the axles kind of wrapped around a truck and getting it home. Because the truck is in dire need of restoration. But the good thing is that we already have some good mechanical components there. But like I said, it was because of those groups that I was able to find this deal. I find a lot of deals on the Facebook groups. And don't be afraid to get into all the little groups, because you're going to find good deals there as well. For example, if you want a Dentside Ford, if you get onto Dentside, 73 to 79 Dentside Ford, it's a Facebook group. There's like over 100,000 people who are on that group, which means that you're not going to find the best deals, or there's always going to be somebody who's there before you. So Facebook groups are a great way. Just wanted to cover that first. Now before we hop into it, I am wearing one of our new designs. Every giveaway we add new designs. I don't talk about it enough, and I don't really like using my YouTube to talk about it. But however, every time we do a truck, we do tons of new t-shirt designs, stuff that's classic truck inspired, and so check that out as well, hodsonmotors.com. So let's hop into it. Okay, so 79 Ramcharger. These are the convertible Ramchargers, very cool, a little bit more of a classic truck look than like the first gen styled Ramchargers. However, all the parts are very well interchangeable. But let's show you the good first. What was really the reason why we bought it. Under the hood here we have a 12 valve Cummins, VE pump, but it is intercooled. One of the things that we're gonna learn through this build is how honest people are with their Facebook listings. The previous owner said when he sold this to me that he had done new injectors with a slightly higher flow, a couple other little things, and we're not gonna just trust that. We're gonna send this off to my buddy Dakota. He owns Full Hook Performance. Check him out here on YouTube and on Instagram. Dakota is a 12 valve Cummins legend. He's phenomenal at building these engines, and so he's gonna take the truck, he's gonna crack this engine open and see what's been done and what else needs to be done before we're ready to give away. However, truck fires up phenomenally every single time. Sounds pretty rad. Right now it's straight piped, which means it creates a lot of smoke, and pulling into the garage kind of smoked us out a little bit, but very, very, very cool. You know, maybe we'll get rid of some of the red. They obviously just sprayed this whole entire block, didn't take off things like the boots. We talked about the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's talk about some of the ugly up front here. They might have done a reseal on the valve covers or something at some point. They decided they wanted to spray this block red. They didn't take off any boots, any hose clamps. They didn't tape off nothing. They just sprayed this thing. So it's pretty ugly. When Dakota takes this, we'll take those valve covers down. He'll sandblast those, powder coat those, make them look nice. We'll get rid of all this, we'll get rid of all that crap. We'll make it look really good under the hood. But like I said, it is intercooled, which is really nice. Plan is to add air conditioning, but kind of looking at it from behind the grill, there might be a little space to add a little condenser up front. We're not sure yet. The goal is to always be able to add air conditioning for these trucks so that you guys can drive them in the summertime. That may or may not happen on this one. We're not sure yet. Hoping, crossing our fingers we can, but it's a maybe. In the wiring department over here, it's not that bad. Honestly, I've seen worse. So we could really easily, take all these wires, separate them, loom them up, shorten them up, do some new terminals, get rid of these nasty terminals, make it look a whole lot nicer with not that much work. That's maybe a couple hours of wiring work and tidying all that up. The good thing about a 12 valve Cummins is that there's not a lot of wiring to screw up. So I feel like a lot of people just kind of slap them on, put them on the battery, and call it good. We'll clean it up a little bit better than that. However, under the hood, it's not terrible. It's dirty. Spray paint issue was an issue, but that is what it is. So these trucks are called tin grills for these grills here. These grills are pretty flimsy. I don't know if they're actually made of tin, but they are very flimsy and they dent up pretty easily. We're gonna try to restore this grill and not have to buy a new one. We're gonna try and hammer out some of these dents. But it's got some pretty bad scratching and whatnot. However, I do have some friends who are phenomenal metal polishers. So I'm gonna take it to them first, have them polish the metal, and then we'll get in here with some black paint and touch up all that paint as well. Our bezels are in great shape, so we'll be able to polish up our bezels. Something else that's funny, very ugly, is rather than just buying new $10 retaining rings, we've got a zip tie holding on this retaining ring here. So that's real good and funny. Stock front bumper, which I actually really love. I love bumper guard front bumpers. I think they look so cool. I've always loved them. It's got a few dings and dents in the bumper that we might be able to try and hammer out as well. I love original chrome. Original chrome lasts forever. It doesn't, even though the back sides might get a little rusty, they just last and last and last, whereas new chrome just sucks. So anytime that we can take original chrome and original stainless and make it look nice, even if it's got some imperfections, it's always gonna fit better. It's always gonna look better after you touch it up and make it look nice and polish on it. It's always better. So that's always our goal, is to try and save whatever we can. Not for money's sake, because we'll probably spend more money restoring it than it would, in time and labor than it would to just buy a new grill. For it to fit nicely and look good, it's always better to restore it, keep it and restore it. These hoods, one of the reasons why I love the tin grill Dodges, this era of Dodge, this is a 73 to 79, I believe in 80, the body style changed. I could be wrong. There's a lot of numbers to remember out there. If I get that wrong, sorry guys. But still, this is 79, I know that. But one of the reasons why they're so cool is this is called the bird bath hood. They always rust down in here because when it rains, water would collect down in here and they call it bird baths. A bird could come in and bathe on your hood, but they look so cool. They're not very practical. These trucks need to be parked out of the rain or else your hood is gonna get rusted. We'll have the hood sandblasted for sure and repainted. This truck's definitely gonna get a new paint job. But it's really cool with the Ram emblem on the hood as well. But I think the bird bath hood is absolutely iconic. Coming down the side here, if you touch this paint, it feels like it's got 80 grit sandpaper on it. So the truck's definitely gonna get repainted. We're not sure what the factory color was on this, if it was red from the factory or if it was orange or something. We're gonna do a little bit of voting on our Instagram and see if you guys wanna do some decal packages or what we can do to make this truck look really cool and from the 70s, and make it very, very 70s-esque, it's really cool. But we'll restore these emblems as well. I always post some videos of how to restore these emblems. That's really fun. I love doing it. The truck's sitting on 35-inch tires on 17-inch wheels. The wheels are in great shape. They just might need, cleaned, but it's a very, cool old school looking wheel. We'll leave the wheels, but we'll do new 35s. These ones have been worn down pretty dang good. But the truck is already lifted up to be on 35s. Like we said before, 1-ton axles. If you look under there, these are 1-tons, so that was pretty nice, and a good reason to buy this thing was to have 1-tons and to have nice steering and everything. So it's already got a crossover steering kit as well. It's not push-pull, so if you know Dodges, push-pull steering sucks, crossover's much better. I will say, however, this truck rides like death, so we're gonna do something about those springs and something about the shocks, not sure yet. Cool tow mirrors, which we're obviously gonna leave. Love the stainless. We're gonna leave all the stainless and all the chrome on this truck. We're not gonna do powder coat. We're gonna make this one look pretty 70s. As we keep coming down the side, these are what I refer to as true convertible Ramchargers. The whole roof comes off and it's really cool. This is in pretty dang good shape. The glass is in good shape, so we'll keep the glass. We'll do no, this is called, oh, what are these called? The lock strips, that's what they're called. They're called chrome lock strips. They lock your window in place. They're a pain in the butt to put in, but they look really good when you do them new. So we'll do new lock strips. We'll do new weather stripping in the doors as well, new weather stripping around the doors. We always do that. There's nothing that makes a truck feel like crap than having crappy old crusty weather stripping. You have a beautiful paint job and have bad weather stripping, it looks just like absolute dumb. The hardtop is in good shape. A little bit of surface rust peeking through, but it's not rotted out, which is really nice. We come around to the back side. Tailgate works, but doesn't lock, so we'll get a new handle on there. But the gas trucks still work and they still hold it up, so it's pretty nice. Tailgate comes down, not very happily. I think these hinges need some greasing. But once again, this video is the good, the bad, and the ugly. We want to show you guys where it is now and how nice it is gonna be when it's all said and done. But back here in the back, we've got our exhaust, some massive 10-inch tip, which we're not gonna use. That's gotta be the stupidest thing I've ever seen. We'll do a normal 4 or 5-inch tip, nothing stupid. That looks ridiculous. I hate that crap. I think worse than that's cutting the hood stack in your hood in a classic. Hood stacks in newer diesels, fine, cool. Do whatever you want, but don't chop up your classic hoods, people, please. But the truck needs exhaust really bad because it just is a smoky beast. It needs a little muffler and call it good. But as far as the tailgate goes, this is some of the only trim that we're missing is the trim that goes here on the top and bottom of the tailgate. But I did just see in the back while we're pulling it in, I was looking over my shoulder, some stainless trim along the back seat. Maybe that's this trim, and maybe we have it. I mean, you never know. That would be wonderful. If we have that trim and we can put this together and trim out our tailgate, that would be rad, because that's pretty much the only trim that's missing on it. Another cool thing about these tin grills is that you get a different taillight shape. I love first-gen Dodges. We gave away first-gen crew cab. I do love them. I think they're a very cool, very iconic design, but I do think that these 70s, you know, I don't know what you would call them still, the tin grills. Besides that, the body, the cab and everything is very similar. It looks like sheet metal just kind of changed. But I do love the older taillights. I think they're cool. Very classic looking. This rear bumper obviously has to go. We're not going to be able to salvage this one. It's wasted. So we're going to come up with something cooler. Maybe a cool old swing out. If we can find an old swing out spare tire carrier, that would be really cool. So let's go hop inside. The inside, just like the exterior, needs a ton of work. Once again, this truck was a shipping crate. The truck was the crate, and what it came inside the crate was the 5-speed manual, the transfer case, and the axles, and the 12-valve Cummins. The rest of this truck was absolutely a shipping crate, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a long restoration, but it'll be really fun. Let's go hop inside, show you what's in there. Okay, so besides this thing just being very, very, very dirty on the inside, it's very complete, and I say complete hesitantly, but it is complete, but it needs a lot of loving. Seats are there, like they obviously need reupholstered, but the good thing about these seats is that they're there, the brackets are there, they're not falling apart. They have the trim pieces in the backs, which means when we reupholster these seats, they can still look pretty stinking good. The back seat's all there as well. It might not even need to be reupholstered. The truck is just really dirty, but you know, cleaning it is going to be pretty easy. That's not that big of a deal. Obviously needs a new carpet kit, as the carpet kit was cut terribly for the shifters and for the transfer case shifters and the transmission shifter. But this is a twin stick, which is also really cool. So that's another bonus. Really cool vintage twin stick, you know, 2-speed, high and low range, so really cool. Needs new pedal pads, new steering wheel. It needs a lot of this stuff cleaned up. It already has autometer gauges, which is really pretty nice. We probably won't run a different set of gauges. But the gauges are there. They're nice. They work. Obviously, he's missing the radio, but something that's cool about these tin grill Dodges is that the radio goes right there next to the speedometer. Kind of makes it more like driver focused. You know how like modern cars are starting to tilt the radio towards the driver? Yeah, Dodge did that first back with this thing back in the 70s. I don't know. They obviously weren't first, but you get what I'm saying. The door panels are all there as well. If you look at these door panels, they're there. They're just beat. I think the panels need recovered, and we need to do new lower carpets. But I will say that like the wood grain is there, and it can just be cleaned up. The door panels, we have the arm pads as well to go on the back. So this is going to be one of those harder restorations, because this isn't like doing a square body Chevy where every part has been reproduced, and you can get every part. There's nothing reproduced for this. So the fact that the dash pad is there, we don't have to go do anything about it, is a huge bonus. The vents are all there. You know, all we gotta do is put a radio back in and reupholster it. Some other things that we gotta do is, you can see obviously my finger can poke through here almost. It needs the seals for the hardtop put back in. It looks like they just used some plumber's tape or something to seal those up for now. We're gonna find some seals, or if we have to make some seals, get a little custom and make some seals, we will. And then we'll run a headliner, just a headliner panel that goes along that inside panel, so that this thing just isn't an absolute oven. No headliner in there, this thing's gonna be hot. So we'll do that. But I think this interior is going to stay red. I think we'll do the black carpet, but I think this red interior is very 70s, and I think it's got to stay red for sure. Maybe we'll do a black headliner so it's not, so it breaks up that red a little bit, but for sure this thing's got to stay red in here. We'll do new steering wheel, you know, and we'll clean this baby up. We'll do a nice din-and-a-half radio from Retro Sound. Not sure about these gauges yet. If they work, great. If not, we'll run some gauges from New Vintage that we really like, and we'll be a little more period correct. Under that dash, you can see there's a fair amount of wiring just hanging out underneath there. So we're gonna get up in there, cut any extra wire out, tie it all up nicely, loom it up, so that it's all going in one freeway of wires and it's not an absolute mess. But with that being said, that's pretty much all we're gonna do this truck. We're undecided still about air conditioning. We don't know on that one yet if the AC is gonna go in or not. We gotta see how much space we have up behind the radiator. But trucks like this, a lot of times you're gonna pull that top off in the summertime and drive it as a convertible. And most people don't drive their stuff, you know, when it's that hot anyway, just because they're old classics. We love to add air conditioning. Here in Las Vegas, you have to have it. You know, you're only not using your air conditioning just in the winter, but spring and fall, you still want to have AC. And then in the summertime, it's so deathly hot, you don't even drive your classics. But still, we love to add air conditioning. It's something we like to do. We're unsure about that yet. We'll see what happens. But the truck is very cool, very clean. It's very rust-free. As we're walking around, we're looking underneath it. The truck is surprisingly very, very, very rust-free. It needs body work. It needs a paint job, but it won't need to have any rust repair, which is really nice. And it's a, you know, it's a huge relief on me. I hate having to repair rust. These doors might need realigned. Yeah, definitely need realigned on the doors. But that's what it is. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're excited about this build. I love Ramchargers. We've done a Bronco, we've done a Blazer. It was time to do a Ramcharger, and to do a Cummins swap Ramcharger is even cooler. So we're really excited about it. We hope you guys are excited about it. Follow along with the build. We're gonna let you guys vote through our Instagram and all that kind of stuff as we toss some other ideas out there. And just help us along with the build. Follow along, just like we've done on our Bullnose, and we'll do in our Suburban. You'll get to see everything as we put into them. So thanks for watching this video. If you want to win a truck like this, go to hodsonmotors.com. We're always giving away something. You know, even if we're in the off season, you'll see what our next giveaway will be. But if you're watching this video and you want to win something like this, you got to go on there, buy something you like, buy a nice t-shirt, you know, something cool. These t-shirts fit nice. Everything's great. We offer high quality stuff. We're really excited about it. So go get something, get entered in to win a different truck, and follow along as we build the Ramcharger. Thanks, guys. Look at this tip. Oh, it's been used. Can I fit my head in there? Oh yeah, I can, but I'm gonna be all sooty. Jeez Louise, we're not using this.